Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Digital.Flash.Fire. This is Dan. Today we've got a mutant battle. I know these are always a lot of fun. We are on Westfield, which is not usually one of my better maps. It is a bit... oh, how to put it? It's a bit open, especially for this tank. This tank does not like Westfield. It is much more at home with tight confines, with narrow alleys, and that's why I'm going where I'm going, to give myself the opportunity to get into some of these tight alleys. Now, we're going to kind of look at it the way I was looking at it. You can see, you know, we've kind of got these rolling hills, this undulating terrain that's not really giving me good shots. I eat a tiny bit of damage from the M12. You know, you probably missed me by 300 or 400 meters because it's artillery and it doesn't take much to do damage. The T10 there is good enough that I don't want to make any mistakes. He's a higher tier tank. He's probably got the top gun. I do not have the top gun in my T10 yet, and so my T10 is sad. It's, oh my god, is that tank rough. And that one just misses. Oh. And that's kind of the story early in this. I'm trying to snipe those hatches at the top of his tank. And I'm just missing. And this gun really isn't accurate enough to do that. So I'm like, you know what? I've got good frontal armor. I'll bounce him about half the time. And I need to get my gun into the fight. Then the T-34 gives me his hull. Shooting at American heavies up to about tier 8. If you can shoot at the hull, shoot at the hull. Past that, it's a little fancier than that. We've actually got a video series you're going to start seeing either later this week or early next week, going into detail on that. And I'm trying to get a money shot through his front drive wheel and into his hull. Take the sure thing, do damage. We're still down one tank, but things have definitely turned up on the front of the hill. T-34 is now a one shot. I'm up to 1,300 damage. And I've only taken that one hit from the M12. T10 bounces one. Very nice. Oh! Through his tracks. Reload, 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 reload. Take a big shot from the T-34. Bam! Right through the machine gun port. T10's on his own. Taking a lot of fire. And you see that panel there? You actually want to shoot higher up. You want to shoot underneath the... You see there's that triangle-shaped panel. You want to shoot off the triangle-shaped panel. Don't shoot where I'm shooting. But, you know, if the dice gods are with you, shoot where I'm shooting and get the kill anyway. So, things have calmed down a little. It's 8-6. We're a little ahead. The T-10 is salty. I don't blame him. Frankly, he could have done better himself, but his team kind of came apart on him, and if you get put on your back foot in that part of the map, you're hosed. There is just there's nowhere to run. You're going to get cut down. Now, our team has to split up because they've overrun this map. There's the plateau, there's the valley where no one goes in, and then there's this ridge. And the other team is overrunning the ridge. Now, I notice, hey, I've got a line of sight to that guy. Boom! Like a boss. Got some kill stealing going. And we got some other tanks over there. Panther 2. Track him. Not, you know, intentionally, but someone else's shot goes in. Boom. I don't need to see you to kill you. Mutant strong. SU-122 bounces a shot, and this is the tier 9 SU-122, by the way. He's trying to run for his life. Get a shot into his belly, and 100 tons of love. Boom. Ramming kill. Always a lot of fun when you can do that. And then I get kind of stuck, and I can only complain so much. I'm on 5 kills. I got the T-34, the T-10, the artillery, who, by the way, is one of the few people to damage me this game, the Panther 2, and now the SU-122. Enemy has 2 tanks left, a Comet and the AMX 1375. Now at this point, we've won. The Yag Tiger is capping, partially in response to the Comet capping, partially just to... it's not like he's going to get back into the fight. And I'm on 5 kills. And we're not really in any danger of losing this, even though the 1375 just killed our T-34. And I'm like, hey guys, I need 1 more kill for Top Gun. Now, the other players on my team were under absolutely no obligation to do anything nice. And I wouldn't blame them at all if they hadn't, if they hadn't done what they ended up doing. The FCM-50 is the best player in this game, and you don't get like that by letting other people do things. And the Yag Tiger, I mean, he's got a lot of experience from capping. I asked him if he can, step out of the cap, and he does. And I say, I didn't specifically ask, but I clearly implied that I wanted to get this last kill. And I put a shot in. Oh, and it misses. And so the Yag Tiger has gone out of the cap, and the FCM is not shooting the guy. And he's had multiple shots. The same with the WZ. And the FCM tells me, hey, get the Top Gun. Take it. So, okay, go, go, go. Thank you. And whoever that is in the Yag Tiger, Farfly 511, thank you. Just some really amazing sportsmanship there. Letting me secure that last kill, giving up some experience from the cap points, giving up the experience from the damage and for the kill on the 1375. And I got quite the result from that. I got a Top Gun, I got Kamikaze, I got Shellproof, Fire for Effect, Duelist, Bruiser, First Class Mastery Badge. If you look, you'll see 2,893 damage, 6 kills, 1290, so top pretty much everything. And, I mean, there were a lot of good players on the other team. There were some real donkeys, but every game you've got real donkeys. 20 shots fired, 15 hits, 11 penetrations. It's a downgrade from the T-32 gun. It's what you've got to expect. 2,900 damage blocked. 6 enemy vehicles damaged. All of them were vehicles I destroyed. 103 credits received. After all the resupplies, 78,734 received total. It was my first one of the day, and there's a couple of missions and whatnot, so 4,451 experience. Not a bad start. All right, folks. Now we're in something a bit different. This is the British Tier 8 Caernarvon. Now, this tank is a bit confused. You'll hear a lot of people talking about heaviums. A heavium is a heavy tank that thinks it's a medium. It's usually faster, it's sleeker, it's more agile, but it still has a heavy tank's gun and a heavy tank's hit points. I like to call this tank a Meavy. It's a medium that thinks it's a heavy. It's not quite that fast. It's not quite that it's not as it's not nearly as fast as a medium or a hovercraft like the IS-3. It doesn't have the gun of a heavy. This thing has an 88mm or an 84mm gun. It's even smaller than the gun on the Tiger II, the stock gun on the Tiger II. Now, it does get very good penetration, and it has very good DPM, but that's more a medium tank's thing than a heavy tank's thing. Now, it does have enough speed to get out ahead of everyone. You'll notice the Tiger P, the E75, the Type 4 Heavy, all of them are behind it. Now, it does have magnificent gun handling. Look at how small that target circle is. So I'm going to be able to get shots off that really I wouldn't get in a true heavy tank. And again, that's kind of due to the confused nature of this tank. Now, the armor on this thing does work occasionally, but not nearly as much as I would like. Again, another snapshot into the Panther II. And that's a money shot right through the front drive wheel into the tank. And again, look at how small the... and now my team just runs up to kill steal. Thanks. So, we're down a tank. We're down just under 1,000 hit points. And I throw some hit points away. And this is something that I've got to work on. Just slowing down, letting my team find these guys rather than just driving in. And you can see I'm zooming in and out, and I'm trying to find good places to shoot from. I'm trying to, work ridge lines, basically. That was just a rushed shot. But he isn't shooting at me. He's shooting at the Object 704, and the Object 704 is shooting at him. That BL-10 troll cannon just... God, when that thing hits. That easily could have taken him on a good damage roll. I hit the upper sloped armor of that Type 59, and he takes my tracks. And I move up. Now at this point, I'm going for the kill, but I'm also looking at my map. And I get the kill, which is good, and then immediately cut to my left, and Artie takes my tracks. Damn it. Well, now we have a problem. Because there isn't a whole lot at our base. And they're about to break through. There isn't a whole lot we can do. That Type 59 isn't going to last long, and he probably got ammo racked. He had full health a second ago. Everyone disappears. I put a shot off. Probably. I mean, it might have hit. Can't really see anything at this point. And I'm like, wait, everyone's dead. And there's a lot of tanks over there. Oh shit, the cap. And the Type 4 Heavy had just gone down the bridge. Oh. So, do a little rock slide. And it's time to put that MEV speed to use. 30 kilometers an hour, not exactly blisteringly fast. Especially when you drive like a donkey here. And I don't have a lot of hit points, so I can't just go in there and, hit the first guy and let them pour fire into me. I've got to, I've got to sustain a little. I've got to be cautious. Fortunately, the Type 4 Heavy is on full health. And I haven't even hit the top of the hill. And they've already got a guy in the cap circle. We've got a minute and a half, probably less. And at this point, I switch over to ACPR because I can't afford to bounce. And my HE in this tank is so light that I can't depend on it to reset. And the Type 4 Heavy is bulling ahead. And this guy isn't in the cap, but my reload's fast enough that I could have taken that shot. But it wouldn't do us any good. 10 seconds left. Boom! And now we've got time. And get the kill. One less guy capping. T-54 gets killed by artillery, I believe. Yes. T-54 Mod 1. Dead. Bounce. Oh, that was nice. 2 bounces from the Object 416. And I bounce off him. That was just a... That tank is nothing but funny angles. Time to aim it. There we go. I know where the weak points are. I drive the damn tank. No reason for me to bounce bunches of shots off that. And now we've got to get one of their artillery. And we've got their T-34 left to deal with. And the Skoda and the Type 4 Heavy. And I'm feeling pretty good. I've got 4 kills. I've got 1,500 damage. Now, if the Skoda had kept pressing, they probably would have won that. They probably would have capped. But even if they hadn't, they probably would have been able to burn me down and just maneuver underneath the guns of the Type 4 Heavy and cut it to pieces. But they didn't. They didn't work as a group. They didn't support each other. They didn't help each other. And as a result, they came up just short. Now, I see the CDC going this way. I see the 704, and I don't really want to go down the 9 or 0 line because I want to go up the hill. And we lose 2 tanks in 5 seconds. I see the Type 4 Heavy, and now I definitely don't want to go into the teeth of that Type 4 Heavy. I'm a one-shot for anything on their team. So I cannot afford to just throw myself into his guns. And if the Object 704 can hit him, he can wreck him. And he can take a shot from the Type 4 Heavy. So I'll let him deal with that. So the T-34, we need to find him. And we know about where he is because he just killed the Arty. And there's the Type 4 Heavy. And oh shit, surprise artillery. And it hits. And he misses. Take your time. Boom. Whew. That'll get your blood flowing. Type 4 Heavy blows up. Object 704 got him. And now the Skoda. I guess Skoda is... I've heard that's how it's pronounced. I'm not sure. And again, the gun of a medium and the speed of a heavy. I think he's pulled back to the base. Nope. He did not go back to the base. He had not moved at all from where he killed our artillery. And I tell the team, hey guys, I found him. Ugh. Try to look for an interesting position. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep going on the Japanese heavy line. E-75, keeping his eyes open for the Skoda. Not a tank you want to be surprised on. He can rip 1,000 hit points off your health bar real fast. T-34 right there. Now he doesn't shoot him. That shot came from the T-34. I don't know if he was loaded with HE and just decided to reload or what, but... Puts a shot into the T-34, takes a shot from the T-34. Artillery hits him from behind. Skoda kills the Object 704. And he finishes off the T-34. At this point, there's an M53-55, the E-75, and of course our Type 4 Heavy. Now, what I'm worried about is that the Skoda saw what was happening and did what I would have done and made a beeline for my team's cap. Because the E-75 isn't terribly fast, the Type 4 isn't very fast, the artillery isn't very fast. And the Skoda is, it's a decently speedy medium. He's just pumping shots into the E-75. Backs off to reload. E-75 is about reloaded. And at this point, he's kind of trapped. He's got to... He has got to defend the cap, because now he's not going to outcap these guys. And they know where he is. Still haven't made my mind up on the Japanese heavies. And the Type 4 Heavy picks up the kill and secures the win. So this was an interesting match for me because I had a really good game. I had 5 kills. I got a Defender medal. I did 2,000 damage, a little bit more than the battle tracker was showing, because I had a shot that one of the shots I fired blind under the bridge went in. I got Fire for Effect and my first class mastery badge. I did lose a bunch of credits. I bounced 7 shots, so some of my whining about armor is clearly not fully justified. And, I had a great game. I got 5 kills in a Tier 9 match. And the other match was Tier 9. I wasn't top tier in either of the videos, or either of the battles you saw in this video. 18 shots fired, 15 hits, 12 penetrations. A couple of those bounces were on the Object 416, and the other one was off the front of that Type 59. And resupplying ammo, I mean, you can see I burned a bunch of credits on premium ammunition. So just a really interesting match. You know, my team picked me up and kept a really, really good match, especially for me in a tank I don't perform well with. They kept that from being wasted. And as you can see, I mean, 3,500 experience in this tank is definitely something I like to see. All right, folks, for Digital.Flash.Fire, this is Dan. Don't forget to like, subscribe, throw some comments our way. Let us know what you'd like to see more of, what you'd like to see less. Be on the lookout. We're going to start a video on where to shoot. And for now, thanks and have a good day.